Alright, part 1 is uploading. You already should have seen part 1. I'm not going to explain. Let's go.
We would claim that life was designed. They did life.
Right. Yeah. So, you know what? Let me let that play so you can hear it.
As Christians and creationists, we would claim that life was designed by God. And according to evolution, life was eroded from rocks. So not only did life come alive in soup, supposedly that soup originated from rocks getting rained on, and those minerals were eroded from the rocks, which caused life to somehow spark into existence.
I don't doubt that some of the elements that form the chemicals that to form life originated in rocks. It's entirely possible. It's entirely possible that they had to be eroded to go into the water for life to be in. I don't see what's so unbelievable about that.
And if you were to type in, "you owe your life to a rock," it brings up a paper called "You Owe Your Life to Rock." And the way that this paper starts out is hilarious. It says, "Thank goodness for granite." Those are the first words of the paper. It talks about how granite rock is our ancestor. Remember the rock that we covered earlier that can't be created on.
Just reading that article.
Granite rock is our ancestor. Remember the rock that we covered earlier that can't be created on purpose, somehow created itself by accident, and then somehow conceived life. Now, of course, they want to...
This is poisoning the well. It's making it sound way more fantastical than it really is. It's just that the chemicals and elements that are in granite were essential for the base chemicals to form life. Which is entirely possible. And granted, it was incredible. It was great that it may have came from that granite, but it is also possible for those elements. Now I don't know this, but I'd be willing to hazard a guess that it was possible that it would be possible for those elements and chemicals to come from other sources. That's why it was saying the start of life may have been stunted, because it may have happened later on because of the introduction of those elements or chemicals. It's not saying that granite was the only way. It's just that granite held some of the elements and or chemicals required for life, and the erosion of that granite was what made it possible.
Mock the virgin birth, but to say that granite rock conceived life, granite rock isn't even living to begin with. At least Mary was alive when she conceived.
Once again, we have created, quote, living things from non-living chemicals in labs. Not to mention, the chemicals and base elements and chemicals needed to create life. We have found all of them in space. So you can't just say, "Oh yeah, well the scientists were fudging the numbers." Like, we have seen all of these things in space. To say he's poisoning the well. He's making it sound way more fantastical than it really is. And he is also discrediting the fact that we have seen this happen. We have recreated this event.
Of the Holy Spirit. It's pretty hilarious. I mean,
oh, and if you're saying, oh, well, why hasn't it happened in nature again if we've done it in a lab? The reason why that it was able to happen in nature in the first place was because there were resources for that to happen in. Right now, every place, everywhere on our planet is taken up by life. There is nowhere for that to happen because life is already taking up those resources.
Think that non-life brought life into existence.
These pictures, also poisoning the well. Also poisoning the well. Our earliest ancestors, that's also poisoning the well. He is making it seem more fantastical than it really is, just to make his point sound more believable. And you'll notice that he's going, oh, well, God did it is so much more simpler. Yeah, it's simpler. It's like reverse poisoning the well. Honestly, it's like reverse poisoning the well. I don't know if there's an actual fallacy for that. Like an actual named logical fallacy for that. But he's making his point sound more believable and making the points that, and this isn't even evolution, the points that abiogenesis makes less believable by deception. And I want to make that clear. He's doing this by deception. And it's incredibly intellectually just not, it's not intellectually honest. It just isn't.
Existence, that unconsciousness brought conscious sentient material into existence. That nothing somehow created something. It gets more and more and more insane the more that you look into what atheists and evolutionists.
I could say literally the same thing. Oh, well, God made this and this and that, and the more you look into it, the more insane it is that He created you, He created that mountain, He created the earth you're standing on, He created the stars in the sky. Do you see how crazy that is? How could that ever have happened? You see how that it has just as much evidence as his claims? There is no evidence that he is stating here. He is just saying what, like, he is misrepresenting the facts, and he's making it seem like it's way more incredible than it really is. It is incredible, but he's making it sound like he's going, you came from rocks, and I could just go, you came from clay that was breathed with magical life. Like, it's not, you're not refuting any evidence. You're not giving any evidence to the contrary. It's just deception. And the sooner people realize that it's just deception, the sooner people ensnared by Christianity the sooner those people can actually live free and honest lives. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Connect. Connect, goddamn you. You know what? I'm gonna do the rest of this through my laptop audio because this is an ongoing issue. Oh, it's connected again. Disconnect. Connect on my phone. Sorry, I'm not gonna cut this out because I don't have an editor. And my previous editor made it very clear I am shit at it. So, this is gonna go up as unedited footage. Sorry. Right, gotta... Alright, I'm gonna end this part here because I gotta fiddle with the audio settings to get the audio actually working. Bye. Oh, wait, that's the wrong button. Oh, fuck. Shit.